Welcome back, everybody. My name is Noah Deer, and this is the Now You Type problem solutions that we're going to walk through here. Let's go back over the directions one more time, make sure we understand what we're getting into. Solve the following equations and inequalities graphically. We are to be able to do this by hand, so we're not going to use any technology. We want to carefully draw the graphs with proper scales and labels, clearly indicate the points of intersection on each graph, write the solutions to equations using set notation. We're going to write the solutions to inequalities using interval notation and set notation. So I'm definitely going to be running through these faster than I did in the example problem. So if you want full explanations, please go back and watch the previous video. I'm going to jump right in here. We want to write y equals 1/4 x minus 4 as one of the graphs that we're going to make. I'll make that one red. And then we want to do y equals 2 for our second equation. And so we want to graph both of these. I'm going to go ahead and draw my axes. This one doesn't look too bad with the y-intercept, for the first one being -4 and for the second one being 2. And let me to be clear there, the y-intercept for the first one is the point 0, -4. The y-intercept for the second one is the point 0, 2. So let's just go by ones here. Put a scale, label my axes. I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and graph the first line. I'm going to go to the y-intercept of 0, -4. Label it. And then we're going to go up 1/4, up 1/4. And let's hope that's enough for us. So we're going to go backwards, down 1, left 4, down 1, left 4. And then let's get our ruler out. I wasn't doing that in the previous video. Let's see how well this works. I think it'll work okay with this graph paper. The angle's not quite right. It's a little off. Oh. Sorry, I am a huge perfectionist. I believe that you have to have a little bit of neuroses to be really good at math. You want everything to be just perfect. So that looks pretty good there. And so let's get rid of that ruler. And we can add to that if we need to. Let's go to the y equals 2. So here, this is just going to be a horizontal line straight across at the height of y equals 2. Here's the y-intercept 0, 2. And, well, the way we've drawn this is the intersection point doesn't show up anywhere. So I'm not going to change the y scale. I am going to go back and redo everything for the red line, but the blue line I think we can keep. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to erase this. And I'm going to change my x scale, just my x scale, by 2. So here's -10 and +10. And then I'm going to redraw the slope. So up 1/4. Now over 4 is only going to be that far because my grid lines in the x direction are valued at 2 instead of 1. And we do this again, and again, and again, and it's still not great, but I think I can at least get it within a decent distance where it's going to hit that y value of 2. So I'm going up 1/4 over and over again. Let's get that ruler out again and see how this works. Yeah, see, it's jumping in between the two slopes I want. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do it by hand. Draw my line through the points. There we go. Nice, steady hand. All right, 0, -4 for my y-intercept. I'm going to extend the blue line out and also extend my x-axis out here. Blue line. equals 2. And label the x-intercept on the red line at 10, 12, 14, 16, comma 0. And then we need our intersection point. So here's our intersection in green. This is, let's see, we've got 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, comma 2. So there's our intersection point. I'm going to add to my scale 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 goes right here. Just to help us see that a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts 30 out there. Just nice to have our scale labeled on these graphs so that it's really easy to pick out the values as we're going through here. All right, so with that intersection point, it looks like the outputs of both expressions are equal to 2 when x equals 24. So 24 is the solution, and we write the solution set is the set just containing the number 24. That's it. Pause and rewind as needed. I'm going to go ahead and move on to B. Scrolling down the page, our other equation. Go ahead and get some axes set up here. I'll start with that. I can add or subtract to it here in a little bit like I did with the last one if I need to. I'm going to set my first equation as y equals the left side, 2/3 x minus 2. And the right side of the original equation is negative x plus 3. I'm going to do that one in blue. Y equals negative x plus 3. Let's draw the first one here. We're going to go down to, looks like this should be pretty straightforward. Let's get a scale first. Go 4 here, 4 here, negative 4 down here, and negative 4 on the left of the x-axis. Now let's graph in red the y equals 2/3 x minus 2. The y-intercept is the point 0, comma negative 2. And then we'll go up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3. And then from that y-intercept, again, we're going to go down to left 3, down to left 3. And that should be good. So let's go ahead and draw our line through this. Go. Y-intercept is 0, comma negative 2. X-intercept is 3, comma 0. And this is the line y equals 2/3 x minus 2. Now for our blue line, we'll go up to the y-intercept of 0, comma 3. This has a slope of negative 1. So we'll go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, etc. That's all the corners of these grid lines. So this one's not too bad to draw. Nice 45-degree angle in the down right direction. Label our y-intercept of 0, 3. Label the line y equals negative x plus 3. Go ahead and circle that intersection point of the two. This is the point 3, comma 0. Also the x-intercept for the y equals negative x plus 3. So we see here that the solution is the x value of 3. That's the x value that if we plug it in, it will make the y values of both sides, the outputs of both sides, equal to 0. So the solution set is the set containing the number 3. All right, that's all we've got to do for that one. Let's go ahead and scroll on up to the part C over here. Start looking at our inequalities. Here we're looking at the inequality negative 3 plus 5/4 x is less than or equal to negative 8. I'll set y equal to negative 3 plus 5/4 x is the first one, but I'm also going to rewrite that as y equals 5/4 x minus 3, just to put it in the mx plus b form that we're more familiar with. The right side is -8, so I'll set in blue y equals -8. Go ahead and draw some axes here on our coordinate plane. That y value of -8 is getting me to want to go down a ways here. Right. Label my x-axis and y-axis. Let's start with just a scale of 1, see how it goes. We can back up if we need to. Go 4 and then 8 to the right, -4, -8 to the left, 4 up. We definitely want to do -4 down and then -8 down. Since we have y equals -8, let's do that one first. It's the easier of the two. Y equals -8 is going to be a horizontal line with a height of -8. Drawing it straight across here. Go ahead and label the y-intercept of 0, -8. And let's get the red line in. Our y-intercept for this is 0, -3. Has a positive slope of 5/4. So from this point, we're going to go up 5/4. We'll do that one more time. Up 5/4. And then we want to go from the y-intercept, 0, -3. I'm going to go down 5, left 4. Here we see an intersection with the other line. I'll do it one more time. Down 5, left 4. I'm going to draw a line through all of these points. That x-intercept's not easy to figure out there. So we'll go and leave that alone for now. It's nice if you can tell what it is. It's hitting a grid line, but it's not here because of that up 5/4 thing. So we could figure it out, but that's not the lesson. And it's not always important, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. We want to focus in on that intersection point. Down here in the bottom left, that's a -4, -8. That's where the two lines are intersecting. Now we need to go back to that original inequality. What it says is it wants the -3 plus 5/4 x, the red side, to be less than or equal to -8. We want the red line to be less than the blue line, that is. We want the red line to be under the blue line. We want to know what x values is that going to happen for. Widen up the highlighter here. Here we go. So that's happening. Oh, that's too wide. Let's try middle size. That's okay. So that's happening over to the left, right? We see that at any x value here, we look up and down, the red line is below the blue line. And it's okay for them to be equal. The original inequality says that they can equal, so we will include that point -4, -8 as a place where we have the red line equal to the blue line in its output. So the x values that we want are going to be the x values that are less than or equal to -4. So we say the solution set is the set of x values such that x is less than or equal to -4. The interval of solutions is the interval from -infinity up to and including -4, so using that bracket there. All right, that's it. Pause the video, rewind if you need to. Go ahead and move on to part D. Last one for this video. Here we have the inequality negative 1/2 x minus 2 is greater than 3x plus 5. We'll go ahead and set the left side as y equals negative 1/2 x minus 2, and the right side y in blue. So the first one, the left side in red, the right side in blue, y equals 3x plus 5. And so let's get some axes out here. So my y-axis and my x-axis. Shaky on that one. Try again. Good enough. There we go. Labeling my x and my y axes. Go with the red line. Oh, let's get scales. Everything looks fine. There's no big numbers here, so let's just go by ones in both directions. Right 5 on the x-axis, left 5, negative 5 on the x-axis, up to 5 on the y-axis, down to negative 5 on the y-axis. All right. The first line in red, y equals negative 1/2 x minus 2. I go to the y-intercept of 0, negative 2. And we'll go down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. And let's go one more, down 1, right 2. Then we'll go backwards from the y-intercept. Left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1. That should hopefully be pretty good. And we'll draw our line through. Label my red line, y equals negative 1/2 x minus 2. Label that y-intercept of 0, negative 2. This x-intercept is pretty obvious as negative 4, 0. And now we'll move on to graphing the blue line. Go up to the y-intercept of 0, 5. And from this point, we would go up 3 over 1 a couple of times. It's really in the wrong direction. Let's go down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1. Intersection, go down a couple more times just to get a complete line in here. This line, y equals 3x plus 5. X-intercept's kind of hidden there. We'll not worry about that. Let's just get this point of intersection labeled. That is the point negative 2, negative 1. All right, now that we've done that, we want to look at where is the red line, negative 1/2 x minus 2 greater than 3x plus 5. 3x plus 5 is the blue line. We want that one to be underneath the negative 1/2 x minus 2. So that's over on the left side here, right? We see that the blue line is under. I'm looking up and down. The blue line is under the red line over there to the left. Now the x values we want to key in on is the x values to the left of that point. We have a strictly greater than situation going on, so we do not want to include the x value of negative 2. That being the case, we want to say that the solutions are all the x values that are less than negative 2. So we can say the solution set is the set of x values such that x is less than negative 2. And we can say that the interval of solutions is all the numbers from negative infinity up to negative 2, not including negative 2, so we'll use a parentheses around that. Always use a parentheses around the infinity or negative infinity. And that's it. Put a period and we are done. All right, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you in the next video.